What's good, YouTube? Because of Cubby here. So we're diving into our final one for the night. This is Ray Charles and John Farnham at Crown Casino 1997, covering Imagine by John Lennon. Holy fucking shit. Sometimes the universe provides the gifts that people ask for, and this is definitely one of those fucking moments. Ray Charles, John Farnham, together, singing Imagine by John Lennon. Couldn't ask for a better fucking scenario than that right there. This is going to be absolutely beautiful. I'm very, very excited to dive into this. This was mentioned by, it was Nanny Lynn 53, you're the one that commented about this one. Yes, so Nanny Lynn 53, thank you so much. You requested this like 13 days ago, and I saved it for a moment like this, for a proper day to do it, like today. Veterans Day, Armistice Day, Remembrance Day, whichever country you are from, whichever area of the world you are from, it all applies. It's the same concept for everybody, honoring the veterans and the people who sacrificed their lives to keep us safe in the face of danger and evil that tries to come into our lives and ruin things in the world, inside of the world. Man, it's fucked up out here sometimes, ain't it? But we have to be here for each other, and we have to love each other, and we have to be peaceful with each other despite the violence that may surround us. There is no reason to respond in kind unless you are directly threatened, right? Obviously, self-defense is a different situation, but it is more important to try to be peaceful in all situations, even if you are surrounded by violence. Sometimes reacting violently will work out much less well in your favor than remaining calm and peaceful would. So, bear that in mind when we think about these issues in the world, that maybe if we would all just chill the fuck out and get over our egos and stuff like that, we could fix all of this together instead of fighting and causing bloodshed everywhere. That's what I have to say to start this out. So this is Ray Charles and John Farnham together, Crown Casino 1997, Imagine by John Lennon. Super excited to dive into this. I'm Bacasa Coffee, a reaction video a day or 3. Keep the doctor away. Fuck those apples. Go ahead and subscribe for me if you're new here. We're going to get into this.
Above us only the sky. Imagine all the people.
Let's run this back a little bit.
Above us only the sky.
You said that you said they had to improv because the headsets were messed up. You mentioned that in your comment as well. I remember that part as well. Jesus. It's hard to perform when you can't hear. Like, can you imagine not being able to hear what you're doing? It's all fucking muscle memory and everything like that. Very, very skilled to still make a performance good, right?
Imagine all the people. They're just living for today. Sing on, Jack.
Imagine there's no heaven.
All right.
It's easy if you try.
They made it their own right here. This is very, you can tell it's Ray Charles, man. It's got that Ray Charles soul kind of fucking R&B-ish vibe to it, right? You know, It's got that Ray Charles vibe, and John over here vibing with it. Look, John's so damn happy. He's like, yes, I want to sing this, but he's like, crap, I can't fucking hear. And you can see it. He's like, uh-oh, these two over here joshing each other because they both know that it's all screwed up.
It's easy if you try.
Wow.
Yeah.
And above us, oh, the sky. Imagine all the people sharing and living for today. You're missing.
The ability to just grab anything and switch the entire vibe of it that John has with his vocals is fucking uncanny. He's one of the best when it comes to that. It's very hard to take other people's stuff, switch it all around, and have it still sound awesome. John is brilliant at that, and Ray Charles being added as another element into this, you get the vibe of him as well. So it's like these two brilliant artists coming together with similar styles but very different styles to play a song in both of their styles that isn't that style. Like, it's wild. They flipped the whole thing to make it a whole different kind of genre almost for their own execution. And John is belting over here now. He's getting into like a really high register up here, very like helium register right now.
Living for today, you're missing a dreamer. But I'm not the only one.
Beautiful, man. Yeah.
Oh.
He's like, man, I ain't been able to hear this whole time. He's trying so hard to not like obviously say something, right? It's always unfortunate whenever that happens.
Hope someday the joy on us and the whole wide world will be as one.
I hear you.
Did he say what? He said, I hear you. Oh, man, that's great right there. They're playing it off. Let's break down these words a little bit. This is one of the most beautiful damn songs ever written lyrically. John Lennon, lyrical fucking madman. Everything. So even the crazy ones, right? Like the fucking wild songs. They had some randomness going on sometimes, right? He said, imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. As above, so below almost, right? Imagine all the people living for today, right? No hell below us, above us only sky. Right? As above, so below. That's what he's saying there, just differently. I love it. Saying you only want the sky, right? No hell below us. And the sky is above. And that's what you want. Damn, man. John Lennon's different. Imagine there's no countries, it isn't hard to do, nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Brilliant idea. Wonderful idea. But people are not, they're not ready for that talk. Let's be real. People are not ready for that fucking conversation because everybody is sectioned off into taking specific pride in exactly where they're from and stuff like that. It's like, it's good to want your country to thrive and to be proud of your country when you're there. But to become like xenophobic about it in a way isn't good either. That's fucking terrible to feel that way about anybody. And that's how so many people are. They're so proud of where they're from that they're scared of people from other places. It's fucking wild, man. It's ridiculous. Imagine all the people living life in peace. It's ideal, right? It's fucking ideal, but everybody's too proud. That's the problem that we've arrived at. Everybody's too proud to just forget about countries, forget about lines drawn on a map, and just look at everybody and be like, yo, this whole place is fucked. Any of us can go anywhere. Just because they say that we can't doesn't mean that we can't. Unless there is a physical wall, right? To which we know there's a few of those in the world. A few of those have been built for different reasons in different places, right? Unless there is literally a damn wall, you're gonna very easily get into a lot of places if you really, really fucking want to, right? People do it all the time. It's just the way of the world. But yeah, they try to tell you you need all of this stuff to go different places and fucking you need to have this paper and that paper because government this and government that. And I understand it for security reasons. That makes fucking sense. You don't want crazy ass fugitives and like world's most wanted crossing into your country and stuff like that. But at some point you have to realize that none of this shit actually matters when it comes to the names that are put on things. We're all just human fucking beings. It doesn't matter what country you're from. That's what he's saying. He's like, imagine if there were no countries and we were all just people. What then? What would our ideas have been about each other then? Apparently, at some point, we decided that we needed to start naming all of it and making differences and differentiating all of it. And that turned into what we have now, where people hate each other just because of where they're from or what they fucking look like. And that is absolutely treacherous. Like, what the hell? I don't understand it. The division in the world is ridiculous. And John Lennon saw it even fucking back then. And it was terrible back then. John Lennon got to see the prime time of the shit being terrible for people with civil rights and stuff like that. John Lennon didn't fuck around about that kind of stuff. He was at those places. Like, he did not play a fucking real one, right? Get me fired up. We got one more to break down the chorus here. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will be as one. Right? He's saying to all of you who want to cause conflict and be violent and act like dumbasses and imbeciles, to put it bluntly, right? He's like, I still hope someday you'll join us and we can all be one. Facts. Facts. You can't look at them and be like, fuck you for the rest of forever, right? If they don't want to join you. You have to let them walk their way, continue to walk your way, grasping onto the people that want to stand with you and believe the same things and have like-minded thoughts and similar ideas and actions that you want to take course in to make things better for everybody. He says, y'all can stay over there. We'll keep gathering. And maybe someday you'll look at it and be like, God damn, look at all of them. They're right. You know, and he's saying, and you're welcome. I hope you come someday. I hope you're one of the faces someday. Same. Everyone should operate like that. Everybody should operate like that for real. At this point, it's just we need to be one with each other. We need to be unified. We need to be peaceful. And we need to focus on the people that want to fucking destroy and kill everybody. And that's all it boils down to. Beautiful. Get it.
Imagine there's no countries. It's easy if you try. Nothing to kill or die for.
Know what you mean, brother.
And no religion too.
Hear it cry. All the people up and they're just sharing all the world.
Man, the fact that they have to improv is like, it's insane, because in that level of a professional setting, especially with a song like this, to go into an improv and just keep going through it and jamming on it, you gotta give them their fucking kudos for that. Sound problems are really fucking difficult to make it through. Especially if you're a drummer, man. I would know about that one. There's some times when I was on stage playing drums that I couldn't hear the band. And I just prayed that they were following me. And they did. Because they're fucking awesome.
You may say I'm a dreamer. I know I'm just not the only one. Don't you happy?
Yeah.
I know someday, well, you will join us, and the whole wide world will live as one. I believe the whole wide world will live as one, and I said it.
We're gonna take that back. Because I loved that right there. Get it. Beautiful. Legendary. Fucking classic, man. I love it. Look at the love,
Somebody get me a
man.
chair.
That's fucking friendship and love right there. That's respect, man.
You see this?
All right, Jack. Look here. Oh, Lord.
I'm in trouble now, aren't I?
So so playful. I love it. I love the vibe, man. Break down this last verse right here. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. Man, you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will live as one. No possessions, man. How many people could imagine that without losing their mind? And by possessions, he doesn't mean things that you need. That's a necessity. There's a difference between a possession and a necessity. A necessity would be things like knives for hunting, hunting tools to eat, fire, things to start fire, stuff like that. Possessions would be what we're doing right now, the internet, phones, and that shit wasn't a thought back then. So from Lenin's context, it would have been things like cars, right? Cars, big houses, fancy coats, mink, stuff like that, you know? The kind of shit that was bohemian, right? Damn, man. When you really think about it, like the primal living, so many people would be totally fucked. Absolutely screwed, right? If you know how to start a fire and catch a fucking food, that's a start. But that's not going to get you very far. I can promise you the reality of the situation is much darker than that, right? If you come to a situation where you're living with no possessions and stuff like that, like an off-grid kind of scenario in an emergency or something, if the world were to get to that state and your possessions had to all be gone and you just had survival things, necessities, a lot of people would drop. It would not be pretty. Damn, man. We have to that's why we're talking about this peace and not having this war and stuff, is because that war is going to make that happen for us. And everybody's going to... Not many people are prepared for that scenario. It's a very, very specific type of person that's going to know what to do in that event. And so many people just aren't going to know what to do with themselves. They're not going to know where to turn, which direction to go, where to fucking hide, where to, like, it would be bad. Without those possessions, those people would be like, oh God, how do I start a fire without Google? That's the realism of the situation right now. There are people that would actually ask that question nowadays. It's not an exaggeration. It's very unfortunate that the technology has given us access to information and made us choose to not have any of it for ourselves. It's fucking weird. It's an oxymoron. How can everybody be so uneducated when you can literally type whatever you want to know right into a search bar and find it out in 3 seconds? I will never understand. It's like people don't want to read or something. I don't fucking know, man. But yeah, it's like, if we could just eliminate the need for money, greed, poverty, and the fucking situations that get people into poverty and class levels, classism, and then we've got the issues of fucking racism inside of fucking society running rampant right now, and it's like reverse kind of things going on too, where it's like, if you really want to talk about that, a big thing that's going on is that people aren't allowed to say that they're proud to be of a lighter shade like white anymore. It's like, I saw this crazy ass fucking short where it was like, Officer Tatum was reacting to it, and fucking, they asked the black people, and the black people all walked over to the strongly agree that I'm proud side. And when they asked the white people, they all started debating with each other about where to stand. And I was like, bro, what the fuck? That is fear. That's fear right there. And it's like fear mongering almost, which is racism towards them, towards white people, with that instance. For people to feel that way, like they can't have a choice or be happy with what they were born as. I don't give a fuck if they're white, purple, blue, pink, or indigo. That's racist to like consider those things whenever we're having these conversations. Like, they were scared to make a decision without discussing it first. When the opposite happened with the other side, like, that's fucking strange and baffling to me. That we've implemented that level of fear through the white bashing. Like, they're white, they bash it, right? And I disagree with any form of fucking racism, so like I said, I stand 10 toes down on that. I said that in another video that we did this week too, that all of it's gotta fucking go, because this division is gonna fucking kill everyone, and that's the truth of the matter. We're gonna let it get so damn bad that it kills everybody, and what is there then? There's nothing to even love at that point. It's just destruction. So, take that for what it is. Imagine a world where we didn't have all of this division and fucking bashing of each other just because of something as simple as what a blind person can't even fucking see. What a person who's colorblind doesn't even see the same way as you. It's all about perspective. Some people don't even see it. Understand? Think about it that way. It ain't fucking about that. It's about who you are as a person, man. I stand 10 toes on that for fucking ever, and everybody else should too. I love you guys, no matter what. If you come at me with positive vibes and you come at me with respect and wanting to learn and educate each other together and make this place fucking better and a comfortable community and a comfortable environment for everybody to be in, everybody's welcome. I don't give a fuck where you're from or what you do for a living, what class you are a part of, what you believe in religiously or in your personal life. I do not care. If you come with respect and you come with love and you come with the vibes to ascend with everybody, you're fucking welcome here. And that's all it boils down to. If you come with that negative energy, saying, trying to bash people for being a certain way or believing a certain way or having their own opinions on things, and you come in here with that negative opinions, talking mess on them, you're gone. That's all there is to it, man. We only got time for the fucking positive shit here to ascend and make this world a better place together. I know I just went on a fuck of a rant there for you guys, but that was the point of tonight. It's Veterans Day, it's Armistice Day, it's Remembrance Day, like I said, wherever you're from, and we're here to fucking unify together, and that's the message that I have to close out the night for you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys being here. It means the whole world to me. I love the community we built on here. Thank you for doing this with me. We're going to take this shit to the moon. We're on the road to 2K subscribers. We're getting pretty close. Let's get the word out and get more messages out to the fucking world. Let's get more people watching the channel. Help me out with that. Tell your friends, tell your family. Let everybody know that we come here to talk about important fucking shit and learn and grow together, and that they should totally come hang out and be positive with us and learn more and grow together. That's what this is all about. The original video for this will be in the description. As always, subscribe to John Farnham, support Ray Charles, support all the artists we have on the channel. It's what we do this for, get this music and the messages out into the world. I love you guys so much. I appreciate all of the support. It really means the whole fucking world to me. It's a blessing to be here for you guys. 10 months ago, I didn't think I was even going to be able to talk to the world again. So thank you for giving me a voice. Y'all are the fucking MVPs. I really appreciate you. I'm Musicality. A reaction video a day or 3. Keep the doctor away. Fuck those apples. Leave a like for me. Comment your suggestions. Subscribe up this way. Bang that notification bell for me. I'll see you guys in the next ones. I love you so much. Have a beautiful one. Peace.